Okay, we bought the Echo CS-310 chainsaw from the orange box store a few years ago. We bought it brand new. It was only like $200 to $220, something like that. And all I've run through it is Echo Red Armor fuel and Echo's bar chain oil. So we are right at 2 gallons of fuel used. And this is we have used 4 quarts. This is a brand new 5th one. We've used 4 quarts of bar chain oil. It's running 2 to 1 on fuel to bar chain oil. I don't know how that computes to other saws, but because I didn't keep track of it on my steel. I really like this saw. This saw will cut a lot on a tank of gas. The air filter has never been off, so I did pop it off to look at it a couple weeks ago, and it was dirty. And went ahead and ordered one on Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. My Home Depot is at least 1 hour away, and Stens is a supplier to the Home Depot stores too, at about $25 a piece if you buy them individually. But if they have a maintenance kit, sometimes you can buy this filter. Well, sometimes you can buy, it may not be a Stens, but it is the engine air filter for the 310 with a spark plug and a fuel filter for like $11. But mine never have it in stock, but I still may order the kit because I believe the website says free delivery, which would be a heck of a deal if you get right down to it. These are like 18 bucks on Amazon. And of course, they'll deliver it to your door. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. You can see how dirty it is. I took a light brush, took a very weak thistle brush and just tried to brush it off, and you can see it's just, it's not doing anything. And all the videos on these say they're a little tricky to get off. I believe there's a slot at the bottom they have to fit into. It's one thing I've always really admired about a professional grade saw is how easy you can change an air filter on them. Okay, here's the underside. Looks pretty darn dirty to me. Sawdust is getting through it. I don't like the looks of that for 2 gallons of fuel run through it. So the quality of these air filters, I'm not sure how other 310s are doing. Incredible saw for the money. Again, I'm really liking it. And if it broke today, I would probably go buy another one. Maybe the 35, I'm not sure. This saw was light and handy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stand on it, the replacement. Comes complete. So we'll go ahead and remove that backing plate. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bail very carefully. It's not the bit. This is a T25, but it fits a little sloppy, and I don't have a T30. I'm going to go ahead and replace this in their plate just in case it's got a crack or something in it, because that looks like a lot of debris in there for 2 gallons of fuel, which is quite a bit for a small saw like this. Like I say, you can get a lot of work done on a tank. Short one on top. Let's see what we look like in here. Okay, after getting the inner part out, it does have a gasket on it. We'll carefully remove that and put it on the new one, but I want you to see this. It's fairly clean in the throttle body, just a little bit of wet sawdust on that butterfly. See if it'll show up. Not too much, just right there. Just Wipe off around the flanges where the gasket goes. Always wipe away from your butterfly or the throttle body or the carb jet, whatever you want to call it. And I'll probably order me a new gasket just to have. I don't think that could hurt anything. It's a very thin gasket. So we want to separate these. Actually, the saddles, it has little ears or saddles on it that might hold it in place and it might not. That gasket is so flat, I'm going to order it. Yeah, it fell down in there. I'll get a little RTV and put on it. Not sure how this is going to show up, but if you are going to install this plate, this ear has to go under the throttle linkage. So if you depress the trigger and kind of get it under there first and then rock it slightly clockwise, I think it's going to go that way. If I have to, I'll tape the trigger finger closed because it wants to be, it's wanting to fight me coming back a little bit too much. But there, it's under. So just a little finagling there. If this is the linkage you want this tab to go under. And just double check. You can clearly look on this side and see if your gasket's in place. And I do have to move it just a little bit. But now I can get a screw in there and hold it in place. The throttle body itself has a curved part, and it kind of locks it in place. Those half moon ears on the plastic filter will actually wrap around the curvature part of the aluminum or magnesium throttle body itself. Overall, I think debris is getting in through the cracks. I can hold it up to the light. When I hold this up to the light, I see no cracks or anything, so I don't know if it's a design failure or not. I think you'd have to run a few of them to see if they're all doing it. And if there was, there would be other complaints on the internet about it. And there's not, so there's really no way you're going to get this part of the clamshell filter on without it finding that groove and living happily ever after. Now I've got to spread the bail out. Okay, well, after kind of spreading the bail out, it's got pretty good spring tension to it. You can get her in there and get her into the holes where it's got its location holes here. Locks in pretty good. You've got about a 1/4 inch sticking on the side of the hole just to kind of lock it in. I kind of like this because it just gives it a really good grip and a tight fit. You see where that hurts anything. And then just ensure your throttle does work. Just a quick pull. And that's really all you can do. The way it's designed, it's going to fit in place. Like I showed you how the bottom of the clamshell will wedge itself into place. It can't help but to find that location hole right here. That entire slot locks down in there. And then we'll clam shut. And then that really strong wire bell will hold it in place. It should be tightened up any gaps you have, which would be right here in the bend. This has a single location dowel on it that goes right here. The only thing would be better would be just a paper element like on a car filter. You usually only find those on the very top tier professional grade chainsaws. And I can see why, because a professional out in the woods where time is money, you don't want to be messing with this like I've been doing. But for the homeowner, it's okay. But that's what she looks like, pretty much shot with 2 gallons of fuel run through it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section. Work safe out there and have a good one.